Here comes a new challenger!
Hello there everyone, and welcome to another analysis, and in this one we're focusing on the bear and the bird. Ain't that right? So Banjo Kazooie, what a strange duo. They were our third fighter in the Fighters Pass, the first one after all, and revealed all the way back at E3 and came out, well, September 4th of 2019. Why do I remember that? I don't know. But with that all being said, Banjo's been here for a while, and he hasn't gotten touched at all, though none of the DLC characters really have outside of Joker, Hero, and Plant. Joker with down gun, Plant getting buffed here and there, and Hero with his neutral special, the final charge of it. It had a lot of weird glitches with it, but I think they got it working now. So yeah, Banjo has not gotten touched since then, and well, since his release, a lot of people have had mixed opinions about him, but overall, people say he's a mid-tier character. In my opinion, I don't think Banjo's a mid-tier character. I just think Banjo is a difficult character to play. Now, I should stress that with the analysis series, these videos are about my opinion and my perspective on a character. If I'm wrong about something, please let me know if you play this character, but for me, this is from experiences of me playing the character, from me fighting against the character, and me watching the character being used in tournaments. Of course, the one I recommend watching is Trella. He's the one I've seen the most of using this character, you know, and hopefully offline comes back, because Banjo is definitely an offline character, though online, of course, it could be annoying. It is what it is, you know. So let's get started. In my opinion, I think Banjo is a high tier. Alright, now, Banjo is kind of weird, he's kind of wacky, he's kind of funny, you know, has some goofy animations and all that, but why do I think he's a high tier character? Well, Banjo has that really good sweet spot of really good zoning or obnoxious zoning and pretty good aggression and mixed in with that zoning. So of course he has some moves, right? We all know some of them, right? Is up B, you know, grenade egg, you have the regular egg and Brigo Blaster, right? I think that's what it's called. I don't play Banjo Kazooie games, forgive me. And of course you have Wonder Wing, right? And yeah, you know, in tandem with all these tools together, along with your normals, honestly, I really don't like these stall and fall down airs, but buff this one, if anything. You know, I guess it hits. There you go, you know, does some damage, but yeah, you're really not going to be seeing this move all too much unless it's well set up into. But overall, you know, not so bad, I guess. And some wacky moves, because like for instance this move doesn't really hit like small characters, because it's not Snake Up Tilt, right? Snake Up Tilt is kind of like a big giant line, and his is a big line but only at like his foot around there, which is why for instance at a high percent here, if we were to put Steve down here, he's not gonna get hit with this, you know, of course. So there you go. You typically in that situation, if they mash, you would go with up tilt, and if they don't mash, you go with up smash. Fun little thing there. But why do I think this character's high tier? I keep saying this, but I'll explain right now. It's mainly because of this move, in tandem with this move, in tandem with even this move, in tandem with his entire kit. Alright, it's really weird, but let me explain. So, Ag's very nice projectile. In terms of damage, they're not the greatest. I think their damage degrades the farther they go. Like, yeah, that's 4. Well, that's like 5. Right? So the closer you are, the more damage it does. And when Brigo Blast, this one shows up, the damage kind of goes down over time of use. So if I were to do this, like 2, 1, you know, now it just only does 1.7. But fun little thing about this projectile is that when you're closer, it pops them up. So you can do something like this. Alright. There you go. Pretty cool, right? Fun fact, when Kirby has this, he can do it multiple times since he has multiple jumps. And you can cancel this. How do you cancel it? Well, you either press down or you hold shield. Now, obviously, you want to make sure you don't hold shield for too long, because then you'll go there. So just tap it, and there you go, you're good to go. This could lead to certain things like this. or something, like a combo of sorts, right? You know, pretty cool. Hey, this character got combo off of a projectile. And, you know, you could do some stuff with that. Now, like I said, I'm not a Banjo main, alright, but I do know some stuff about this character. Even if I can't perform it, I know there are things you can do with this character. One of the weird things is involving his turnaround animation. For whatever reason, there's a specific way you gotta do it, but if you turn around while canceling this, it causes this really weird effect where you essentially cut off frames from certain moves, specifically this move. Now, if you don't know the properties of Wonder Wing, here's what it is. One, it's fully invincible, okay? Nothing will stop it, essentially, outside of a grab. So, if I were to go for, I was Steve here, and I went for a grab, there you go. It stops it. Now, you only have 5 uses per stop. So if I used it, bada boom. Alright. Let's use all of them up. Once I use up my last one, that's it. Nothing. Is this side B useless afterwards? Sort of, but you can use it to weaponize get up attacks. Which these aren't that bad to use against characters like Kralman or Ike, who basically, you know, have to up B, and when they hit up B, they kind of go over the ledge a little bit. So you could literally just do this intentionally, wait for them to up B, and then just get up attack. It's hilarious. So there you go. You can weaponize get up attacks. Take that, Gimmer. But yeah, that's a little gimmick. But either way, I don't have any more, so let's just die here real quick. And now, as you see, I have all of them back. So they all come back during stocks. You know, every stock you lose, you regain them. That's pretty nice overall. Now, it is invincibility, not invulnerability. What is the difference? When you're invulnerable, you can hit the model, but it'll go right through. Invincibility is you hit the model and the game says you hit it, you hit the character, but they don't take any damage and they still go on. That's essentially how this move works. That's why it's green, while when I was doing my get up attack, you know, it was blue. The blue meaning invulnerability. So there you go. That's pretty good, all things considered, and it is very strong. Obviously, it's much stronger when you first start it, right? 27 versus you being over here and it doing 20 and having way less knockback. Now, like I said, there is a method to combo into this using Brigo Blaster. It's just, there's this weird thing where it's like, you gotta turn around and then do side B. I don't know how Banjo mains do it, but I've seen it done by players like Trello. So again, like I said, I highly suggest watching him. But that is one of the few reasons why I think Banjo is an offline character versus an online character. And of course, we got to talk about his recovery. So in terms of recovery, obviously you have side B, and obviously you have this move. And there's 2 versions to this, whether you tap it or you hold it, right? And when you hold it, you do get invincibility for a brief period. I don't think it really shows it here. Yeah, it doesn't really show it, but you do get invincibility, so that's nice. Another thing you have are multiple jumps. You have 2. Now, 2 mid-air jumps ain't that bad, but his are kind of lame, right? They don't really send you that far. They're not really that great in comparison to other characters with double jumps, but still having this is pretty good regardless. So yeah, multiple jumps in the air, that's nice. And of course you have your up B and your side B for horizontal recovery, and your up B for vertical. But, however, he does have the grenade. A grenade, small timer, as you can see there. A very small timer. You can use this in various ways. Obviously, it is an item, so there you go. And it has a very unique property where, if I were to hold this right here, nope, wait, I should have faced the other way. Okay, let me do this instead. If I were to do this, very up close and personal with Steve here, as you can see, it only hit him, not me. So, if you do this super up close and in his face, it would not hit you. Alright, even if you were caught in the explosion, there you go. However, if it blows up in your hand, you'll blow up at the same time. But still, that's pretty nifty to have. So, essentially, you can still run behind it, and there you go. Now, if you get hit at the same time, that's different. But overall, as long as you throw it, even if you're up close, you get the hit. Now, this is great and all, but what makes this grenade egg so good is that because the timer is so short, you can use it for recovery. It isn't like Snake, where Snake is forced to use C4 because grenade takes way too long. It's 5 seconds. This comes out this blows up in like 2 seconds, I think, like 2 or 1 seconds around there. And because of that, you can essentially have an endless recovery, right? I use my up B, right? And man, I keep B reversing by accident. And wave bouncing by accident. Alright. Guys, remember me when I was not trash? Yeah, I'm trash at this game. Alright, you know what I'm trying to say here. Come on. I'm just gonna leave these in because I think it's funny. But either way, you can essentially do this. There you go. Use your jumps, boom, bam, done. There you go, right? And you essentially have an infinite recovery because of that. Just keep grabbing the grenade, you know, all this sort of stuff. You could be off stage for as long as you desire, as long as you're good with the timing and all that. And as long as your opponent tries not to edge guard you, you can get away with going pretty low-ish. So yeah, and getting back high ain't that hard at all. So there you go. That is some little tricks you can do with your recovery. Therefore, in an essence, Banjo doesn't really have a bad recovery at all. He actually has one of the better ones. Of course, it requires him to get hurt. But overall, what would you rather take? You know, how much damage does this give you by itself? 9%, and you know, obviously it does 9% now. But if I were to over time, okay, this blows up, okay, and now instead of doing 9.5, whatever, it does like a little bit more than that. Whatever the case may be, it's minuscule damage, all things considered, right? It's not that much. And I'd rather take some damage than lose a stock. Wouldn't you agree? So Banjo's longevity is pretty good, along with him being, well, pretty heavy, all things considered. And of course, there are some other little gimmicks to this character. For instance, this move, pretty good anti-air, all things considered, and pretty good for jumping over some projectiles, you know. Not all projectiles, but like some moves. If I could time this just right. Okay, never mind. Maybe Steve's down tilt's too big. But essentially, Kazooie has invincibility there. Some moves, Kazooie has invincibility, all things considered. So that's nice. Kazooie's pretty good, you know. And a lot of Kazooie's aerials are pretty nice, though. This Nair, it's so close to being good, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. It's just that the problem is, if you try to fast forward it sends them behind you. So what you don't want is them to go behind you, of course. You want them to be in front of you for you to get some follow-ups. So hopefully they change that, please, because I don't want to guess. I just want to grab and go, you know what I mean? Speaking of grabs, not bad grabs. Forward throw's pretty alright. Down throw, of course, leads to a 50-50 at high percents because either you get hit by the up tilt, right? Or you get hit by the up smash if you decide not to mash, right? So that's all good and dandy. And of course, you can juggle, right? You can set up for juggles with your up throw. Not a bad throw. And back throw is a kill throw. At pretty good percents. Pretty good. So I don't know if it kills faster than Mario's. Mario's will usually kill around here, but yeah, pretty good back throw, all things considered. So he does have a kill throw, that's nice. And of course, getting a kill throw, back throw, kill throw ain't that bad, especially when you have pivot grab. And pivot grabs are nice. So yeah, all things considered, pretty good grab game. So yeah, Banjo won't really struggle to kill too much. And yeah, and of course, like I said, this move also leads into setups even without using this move. Obviously, you know, if you say you throw out an egg, you run behind it, whatever the case may be, right? Like I'm running behind it, they get hit, whatever. Or say I put it on a platform, right? I put the egg on the platform, they get hit by above and then get hit by my up tilt. So yeah, and because of this, right, he can essentially zone you out like crazy. and just move around the area, right? Just annoy you repeatedly, force you to approach, and once you approach, well then, you know, get hit. Alright? So yeah, in my opinion, there's more to this character that I really haven't described or talked about yet, and there's a reason for that. I'm not a Banjo main. And I think a Banjo main would be best to tell you why this character is good. In my opinion, I think he's a high tier based on what I've played and what I've played against. He definitely has way more than what I've shown here today. Obviously, much more setups with grenade egg, with regular egg, you know, crazy stuff. And honestly, it's kind of upsetting because I know a lot of people don't really like zoners, and Banjo is kind of the the sacrificial lamb in a sense, you could say, in which he had he had one of the most hype reveals. He had like one of the most hyped crowds for him, and then when he came out, not a lot of people really liked playing him. Not really a lot of people enjoyed him. It's kind of unfortunate. You know, maybe he might get buffed, you know, so he sees more play, because you know, you don't really see Banjo get played often. You know, you don't see Banjos at all. The only one I ever see, honestly, is Trella, who, if you don't know, Trella was a Smash 4 Ryu main. If you recognize that, he used to go by the tags Judy Hop. So if you recognize that tag, who played Ryu, yeah, he plays Banjo now. Really good Banjo. I highly suggest watching him if you want to see more about this character. Like I said, I think this character is an offline character. I don't think he's online, because a lot of this sort of stuff is very much like the combos you get are very much reaction based. You know, you can't really do it online, which is unfortunate, but you know, still pretty good, all things considered. And you know, yeah, actually, I know that you can combo like this into like up tilt, something like that. It's I've seen Trella do it all the time. I suck at Banjo. Forgive me. Alright. It's kind of funny because before I do end off this video, I do find it funny because like Steve and Banjo are kind of similar in a weird way, where they're characters that can get really good damage off of small hits. But for Steve, it's like Steve gets his small hits off of his like tilts. You know what I mean? Like, you know, and like for Banjo, he gets his small hits to big damage off of the eggs. You know, and obviously up air. Up air's so good, but man, if it did any more damage, it'd be so broken. Oh man, like up air's really good. Up air's really good. If it got more stun, actually, you know what? If it got more stun, because like I think it does true combo, even if the counter combos doesn't say it's true, because usually the fastest option most characters have is a frame 3 air dodge. Some characters have frame 2, I believe, and in Bayonetta's case it's frame 1 because bats within. But that's not the point. Point is, up air really good. Up air buenissimo, you know what I mean? And then we got Nair. Nair, please give Nair cooler things I could do out of. I don't like guessing. I don't like that happens. Alright, buff it like you did Fox Fair. Come on, please, come on, you know, help this man out. Boom. Overall, really cool character. Hopefully they see more play. Maybe they do need a buff here and there. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. You guys tell me down in the comments below. What do you think about Banjo Kazooie? Do you think they're underrated? Me personally, I think they are. It's just a very high skill gap in my opinion. You know, it is what it is. Me personally, love their inclusion. I hope they never leave Smash, because they're fun. I think they're really fun. I think all the DLC characters are fun. I just don't think some of them are fun to fight against. You know what I mean? Like, that's my opinion. Anyways, with that all being said, I hope you guys take care of yourselves. Let's try reaching 1,000 before the end of the year, of course. And as usual, have an amazing rest of your fantastic and wonderful, fantastic, beautiful, and a fantastic again day. You know, it's fantastic 3 times, 4 times even. Alright, peace.
Coming through.